Honorable Chairman, sir. Vanakkam. Thank you for giving me an opportunity to speak on the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Amendment Bill 2020. I must say that this is a very significant step in the right direction. Just now, Honorable Health Minister has briefed the House how elaborate consultation has made before this bill. I appreciate his sincere and sensible efforts. At this point, let me say with all humility that the right has not been earned overnight. It's worth here to recollect the struggle faced by millions of women in fighting the social oppression, discrimination, and stigma related to abortion. After this long fight, many countries have recognized the woman's right to exercise reproductive choice, including abortion to a certain extent. Still, there is a long road to go. Despite the Medical Termination of Pregnancy Act 1971 in place in India, as Minister rightly said, that was a very progressive step at that point of time when many countries don't even have abortion laws. The India Journal of Medical Ethics study in 2015 noted that 10% to 13% of maternal deaths in India are due to unsafe abortions, the third highest cause of maternal deaths in India. Though this act has legalized abortion with a gestation period of 12 to 20 weeks, it failed to keep pace with the current social, medical, and technological development. For example, the fetus anomaly scan is done during 20th and 21st week of pregnancy. If there is a delay in doing this, and it reveals a lethal anomaly in the fetus, 20-week period is limiting. And the rape survivor, differently abled women, minors, and the mother carrying children with anomalies are forced to fight the legal battles to get the permission to terminate the pregnancy after 20 weeks. This is frustrating and stressful for the already distressed woman. In case of rape survivor, in many cases, they are minors. The same parliament has enacted and amended the POCSO Act to prevent the children from sexual offences. How do these minor girls and their poor families fight exhaustive and expensive legal battles while they are fighting the cruel society, which always blame the rape survivor than the culprit? I want to share a painful story. It happened a few years back. There was a young girl who studied in 10th standard. She was a school topper. She was raped. Obviously, she had to go through a trauma. You know what the school did? The school forced that school topper to get the TC as if she's the culprit. Her own friends around her home was told not to play with the bad girl by their parents. And in this cruelty is, in this case, perpetrator is the father of this girl herself. Think of the trauma mother going through. The mother couldn't come to terms with the fact that her own husband had done this to her child. This mother's traumatized, and the family, because generally many families, men is still the breadwinner, do not have any financial resources to fight the battle. She was under a psychiatric consultation for some time. Later on, sadly, she was committed suicide. This is the society we are living in. The rest goes unsaid. In this background, the bill has taken significant step forward from the Parent Act. I'd like to quote from a recent case that explained the right to exercise the reproductive choice very clearly. I quote, "The right to exercise reproductive choice is the right to choose whether to conceive and carry pregnancy to its full term or to terminate it at the core of one's privacy, dignity, personal autonomy, bodily integrity, self-determination, and right to health recognized by Article 21 of the Constitution," says the writ petition filed by Ms. Swati Agarwal, Garima, and Prachi seeking to decriminalize abortion and allowing women the right to exercise their reproductive right in the Supreme Court. The court and the government also responded positively. Finally, the time has come to amend the 49-year-old law on medical termination of pregnancy. I appreciate the positive aspects of the bill. It will go a long way in enabling women to exercise the right to abortion and avoid compulsion process of legal battle. Sir, it is appreciable that this bill has extended the pregnancy termination time period from 20 weeks in the Principal Act to 24 weeks. It has also enhanced the gestation limit for special categories of women, which include survivors of rape, victims of incest, and other vulnerable women like differently abled women and minors. It also protects the privacy of women by stating that name and the other particulars of a woman whose pregnancy has been terminated shall not be revealed, except to a person authorized in a law that is currently in force. The extension of time period would allow termination of pregnancy in cases where some anomaly in the fetus is reported after 20 weeks. Significantly, the bill also applies to unmarried women and therefore relaxes one of the regressive clauses of the 1971 Act, that is, single woman couldn't cite contraceptive failure as a reason for seeking an abortion. However, I also want to raise certain concerns and clarifications and suggestions regarding to the bill. We are aware that the preference for a male child keeps sex determination centers in business in spite of its illegal status. Survey conducted with the SRS also showed that the national average of the sex ratio is only 900. Chhattisgarh has the highest sex ratio of 961, while Haryana was recorded the lowest at 831. It shows that many people are still resorting to the female feticide. We have to ensure that the law is not misused. According to 2017 data, 59 countries allowed elective abortions, of which only 7 permitted the procedure after 20 weeks, like Canada, China, the Netherlands, North Korea, Singapore, the United States, and Vietnam. Now India has joined them. I appreciate the Honorable Health Minister for this milestone. Under the Act, if any pregnancy occurs as a result of failure of any device or contraceptive method, and such pregnancy may be terminated by a registered medical practitioner up to 20 weeks. However, this explanation to Clause A of subsection 2 of Section 3 can also be misused. Women will be forced by their partners and husband to abort the child. If it is a forced abortion, the woman will go through the more mental trauma than the pregnancy itself. This has to be taken care of. A woman who does not fall into the special category would not be able to seek an abortion beyond 20 weeks, even if she suffers from a grave physical or mental injury due to a pregnancy like miscarriage. I would like to recollect the Savita case. A woman from Hyderabad went to Ireland. Due to the abortion law, she couldn't abort her miscarriage 17 weeks. Finally, she made the end. Though the bill has clause for confidentiality but does not ensure privacy for women, girls under BOXCO due to the requirement of mandatory reporting under BOXCO. This should be explicitly ensured in the bill. This obligation to report contradicts the confidentiality and privacy protections under Section 4 of the MTP regulations. It can act as a deterrent for adolescent girls from accessing safe abortion services in situations where the perpetrator is a family member. What can be done if the guardian, if say such a minor children can bring their guardian, the guardian himself is a perpetrator, is reason behind the pregnancy, that should be taken care of. There is no clarity about the role of doctors in case of reporting pregnancy of minor under BOXCO. There are many. My doctor colleagues here are actually really have no clue how it will act, whether they will be booked under BOXCO Act. The bill still doesn't allow abortion on request at any point after the pregnancy. The composition and functioning of the proposed medical boards is a significant departure from the existing realities of the health system. For instance, there is acute shortfall of almost 75% of gynecologists at CHC level across the country. In such a scenario, no undue burden should be placed on women and their families to get the necessary diagnosis and approval of medical boards. Instead, the medical practitioner and the health institution accessed by women must be recognized and empowered to provide diagnosis and necessary abortion care. In case of requirement of further expert medical opinion, health institutions and hospitals can establish and seek an opinion of the institutional committees comprising of senior medical officers, chief medical officers, consultants from different departments. This is generally followed for opinion in cases with medical and other complications and should be adhered to. If it is a mandatory medical board, the composition of the medical board must be reformed to include psychologists and a judicial member, which is absent now. Women members must be also present as a part of the process. Awareness program must be implemented, especially at panchayat level in rural areas, to educate the woman about their right to medical termination of pregnancy. I request the health minister through you, sir, to address the issue of child pregnancy. We cannot ignore it by saying it is prevalent only in Western countries. Though medical termination of pregnancy bill 2020 is a step in the right direction, the government needs to ensure that all norms and standardized protocols in clinical practice to facilitate abortions are followed in healthcare institutions across the country. Along with that, the question of abortion needs to be decided on the basis of human rights, the principle of solid science, and in step with advancement of technology. And it should allow abortion on request of the woman rather than approval of the medical practitioner on our board. With these words, I conclude. Thank you.